Today, let's investigate something very real. The real reason we still haven't ended world hunger. A truth you're not supposed to see. Welcome to the Stoic Quotient. Not just a channel, but a movement. A place where timeless wisdom meets modern urgency. Where ancient Stoic principles like courage, justice, and clarity are brought to life in a world drowning in noise, numbness, and distraction. We're here for one reason: to awaken the soul of humanity, to speak to the part of you that still feels, still questions, still cares. Because the world doesn't need more content, it needs more conscience. Our compassion is not passive, it's not pity. It's the fierce love that says, I will not look away from injustice, from suffering, from the truth. Here we ask the questions that we must run from. We confront what the world avoids. And we remind each other, you were not born to sleep through this life. This is the Stoic Quotient. And our mission is simple. Wake up, stand up, lead. We've had the food, technology, and the power to end hunger for decades. So why are over 700 million people still starving? This isn't just a crisis of food. It's a crisis of human courage, a failure of collective responsibility. In this raw and emotional message, we confront the painful truth about world hunger and why we continue to look away. This is not about guilt. It's about awakening. It's about remembering who we are and who we could be. We've had the resources to end world hunger for decades, so why haven't we? This is not just a crisis of food, it's a crisis of courage, a failure of responsibility. In this emotional message, we explore the raw truth behind global hunger and why the real famine is within us. We can send rockets into space, we can simulate entire worlds with AI, but feed the hungry? Suddenly we say it's too complex. It's not complexity, it's convenience. And deep down we know it. Hunger doesn't persist because of fate. It persists because of human choices. Because food is treated as a business, not a birthright. Because it's more profitable to waste than to give. And at the root of it all is the painful truth. We don't feel responsible for each other anymore. The history of hunger is as old as civilization. For over 10,000 years we lived with abundance beside starvation. Kings feasted while peasants starved. Colonies stripped bare while empires grew fat. Entire nations fed on the backs of the hungry. And even now, in an age of global networks and endless innovation, the pattern continues. We've advanced in everything, except compassion. We've built higher towers, but ignored the crumbling souls at the base of them. That's the cruel arithmetic of our world, not because we lack the means to help, but because compassion doesn't fit neatly on a balance sheet. In the cold calculus of capitalism, it's easier to discard surplus food than to redirect it to a hungry child. It's cheaper to let it rot in dumpsters than to redesign systems that value people over profits. Corporations aren't rewarded for generosity, they're rewarded for efficiency, even when that efficiency starves millions. Giving demands effort, infrastructure, intention. We've advanced in everything, except compassion. We've built higher towers, but ignored the crumbling souls at the base of them. This isn't just a hunger crisis, it's a courage crisis. We scroll past the suffering, we numb ourselves with headlines, we whisper, someone else will help. But what if they don't? What if you are the one voice, the one spark, the one act of courage that tips the scales? The Stoics said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Do what you can, with what you have, where you are. So no, you can't fix it all, but you can refuse to look away. You can speak, you can give, you can lead, not because it's easy, but because it's right. Ending hunger isn't a fantasy, it's a decision. We can support organizations that feed, teach, and empower. We can fight waste in our homes, in our stores, in our systems. We can vote with our dollars and our voices. We can remind others that this problem is not distant or abstract. And above all, we can remember this is not charity, it's justice. The hungry don't need pity, they need solidarity. They need a world that remembers we rise or we fall together. So ask yourself, if it were your child, your brother, your mother, would you still say it's too complicated? Would you still wait for someone else to act? The world doesn't change when we feel guilty. It changes when we feel responsible. And maybe, just maybe, that's why you are here. To be the one who doesn't look away, the one who speaks, the one who leads, the one who cares. This is not just about hunger. It's about who we choose to be as human beings. If this message stirred something in you, don't let it fade. Like this video, share it, and subscribe to stay connected with us. We're not here to build an audience, we're here to build a movement, one rooted in truth, action, and unshakable responsibility. This is the Stoic Quotient, and the time to rise is now. Thanks for watching.